When the first dart goes in the World Championship, you feel you can have darts forever, don't you? But it's over. 2.5 weeks comes and goes pretty quick, and that's it done for another year. The 2025 PDC World Darts Championship is in the can, and we have a new World Darts Champion. And with a new World Champion, we have a new Order of Merit. The World Championships really does shake up the Order of Merit because the prize money is so heavily weighted for this tournament. Players missing out from a couple of years ago, players getting in it for the first time, players defending nothing, players defending big money. Look at the likes of Michael Smith defending the winner's prize, but going out in the first round. Sees him drop down big in the rankings. We're going to look through every single one of those and look for those stories. We've got players, legends of the game, that will no longer have a tour card. Some of them not even going to attempt to try and get it back. So there's going to be a big turnaround in the world of darts, and we're going to follow with all of it and everything in regards to Q School as well. So if you want all your information darts related, your one-stop darts content right here on Edgar TV, go hit that subscribe button down below. But first of all, let's take a look through the Order of Merit. Now, these early bits, they don't really matter so much. Fallon Sherritt, Gordon Mathers, Jim Long, etc., they played in the World Championships, but they do not have a tour card. And if you're not in the 64, or you don't have a 2-year tour card, all this prize money is going to disappear for all of these players. The likes of Andy Bolton, who was a Challenge Tour topper, money will disappear for him. He's not going to be on the Order of Merit anymore, unless he goes get tour card. He'll start again. Kai Gottard, couple of wins at or winner at the World Championship, he's going to be moving off there. So if anyone is actually lower in the rankings and they've got a year left on their tour card, they're going to jump up some positions. Vincent van der Voort, the first real big name casualty this year, a player that we're going to lose, and he's not going back to Q School, so he's a player who will be playing in the seniors and on the Super Series next year, so we look forward to seeing him on our screens. Keegan Brown, another player who will be missing out, former Youth World Champion Mervyn King, big name casualty down at the world number 73, so he's out the 64, so he will be disappearing, most likely will be going to Q School. Jamie Hughes, the number 71 now, outside the 64, he loses his card, as does Simon Whitlock. Wesley Plazier at one point looked like he was going to get a tour card, but now, without a card, zeroed. But he does have a 2-year card off the Challenge Tour, of course, but will be starting from zero, so nearly £70,000 will be going missing from this year's prize pot. Nick Kenny was the lucky recipient in the end of the Steve Beaton card. Carl Sedlacek knocked out of the positions. Now you see Nick Kenny there in position number 65. This is significant. So Steve Beaton will be handing back his tour card, well, not renewing it. You don't renew it when it comes round in January. So Steve Beaton's not going to renew his tour card. We know that. Now, that means it drops to number 65. But let's say, for example, there's a couple of situations out there, isn't there? Leighton Bennett currently has a tour card. Dom Taylor has a tour card, and there's ongoing investigations and things with those. Now, if they don't, if they're not allowed to renew their membership and they're not allowed to keep their tour cards, their tour card does not go to Carl Sedlacek in number 66. It goes to Q School. So it only drops down the ranking if that player is in the top 64. If they're not in the top 64, it goes back to Q School. So an interesting little rule there just to be aware of. So when we take a look up the rankings, Mensah Suljovic has continued his drop but managed to keep hold of his card. At one point looked a little bit doubtful, didn't it? Connor Scott, without a tour card this year, has managed to reach the top 64, up to number 62 in the world now, £77,000. So he wins his tour card and he will get a 1-year tour card. Now again, a lot of the time people say, well, why would he take a 1 year when he's eligible for a 2-year from the Challenge Tour? It's still a 2-year card. The wording of it is it's a 1-year card, but it's a 2-year card. The reason being, at the end of year 1, he should still have enough money to be in the top 64 from that one season, because he doesn't defend anything until season 3. So he does still have sort of 2 years to play. It just means on the second year he'll be defending this year's money. Gets complicated, I know. Just hit that follow button. Robert Owen, up 18 places. Looked like he wasn't going to keep hold of his tour card, but really did play well at the World Championship and produce it when it needed the most. Steve Beaton will come out of that position. He now will be handing his card back. A couple of people here to keep an eye on. Matt Campbell's not had the greatest of years. Maybe we could see him slide down the rankings. Jim Williams, another one who potentially could slide down the rankings a little bit over the next 12 months. So a couple there to keep an eye on. I will be letting you know in a future video who I think is going to go down the rankings and who I think is going to go up the rankings in 2025. Who's defending lots of money, who's not defending much at all, who could quite legitimately take some big moves. We've seen some big moves this year, haven't we? I'm sure we're going to see some more. Ricky Evans reached the third round of the World Championship, showing us what he was capable of. He's played well this year, but hasn't had the results. Maybe 2025 is going to be a better year for him. Jose de Souza continues to drop away. He was someone we picked up on when he was in the top 32. He could be in a genuine problem this year in regards to keeping hold of his tour card. You know he's going to be featuring in my future upcoming video, that's for sure. As we move towards the top 32, you may see outside of it now Raymond van Barneveld, who's dropped away outside the world's top 32. That means he will not be seeded for the upcoming World Championship as things stand. Top 32 is your first real staircasing moment. You got your 64, which is for your tour cards, and the top 32 get you seen at the World Championship. Guarantee you that. In fact, what am I even going on about? It's all changing, isn't it? We don't even know what it's changing to. It's changing to 128 players next year, so it will give you the seeding, but it's not going to give you the seeding in regards to the prize money, is it? Like £15,000, that's all going to be changed. Keep an eye on that one. So maybe that won't be the next big cut-off in regards to benefits, which will probably be a benefit for Gabriel Clements, who now 10 places dropped, defending a semi-final place and wasn't able to do so. He drops outside the world's top 32. Petretsko, they had a good chat with him in Basel not long ago when I was doing commentary for the PDC on the European Tour in Switzerland. He said he wanted to be in the top 32. Dream come true for him there to reach the top 32. Well inside now in position 30, as is Ryan Joyce, who had another good run here. He was a semi-finalist at the World Grand Prix. He's backed that up now with a run to the fourth round of the World Championship and an epic performance against Luke Littler in that game. Real good stuff from him. Richie Edhouse and Mike De Decker, recent winners of TV majors, both going out early, so not really making much of a claim towards the top 16 or really making a claim where they have to be in the Premier League, for example. Joe Cullen has had his worst season in regards to wins, 44%, but he did reach the third round of the World Championship, offsetting some of that drop. He's not someone we expect to see go back into the 16, currently £50,000 away from that at the moment, so does need an upturn in form in 2025, where he's going to struggle to get in the majors, and when you get in the majors, you're going to start dropping away very quickly. Michael Smith is on the poster for the World Match Play, and as things stand, he's not in. He's joint 16th, but behind on countback, after dropping 14 places in the order of merit due to the money coming off for winning the World Championship and going out in round number 1. So he needs a big year. He's currently outside the Pro Tour order merit as well, so may miss out on the World Match Play. Dimitri van den Bergh, the UK Open champion, just shows you how important that win was, winning the UK Open, because if Dimitri van den Bergh didn't pick up that title, we'd see him now towards the bottom end of the 32. We said it was a big win at the time. The UK Open champion outside the world's top 16, which is interesting. UK Open champion outside the world's top 16. The European champion, world number 28, outside of it. The Grand Prix champion, world number 24. We have 3 major champions in the bottom half of the top 32. Intriguing, to say the least. Peter Wright, good run for him getting to the quarterfinals of the World Championship. He beat the world number 1 along the way, Luke Humphries. Good performances, showing some real fight and resolve, putting £50,000 on his order of merit and pushing him back up to world number 12 and comfortably for now inside the world's top 16. Gary Anderson, disappointing when you look at what could have been for him. He could have been well and truly back inside the world's top 10. Gerwyn Price, another one who sort of got some form going and had a good run, getting through to the quarterfinals. Should book his Premier League space, shouldn't it? You'd imagine so. But this really is the land of missed opportunities when you look at it, isn't it? When we take a look at Dave Chisnell, out round 1, and you look how close he is to that top 4. We take a look at Damon Heta, whose prize money predominantly comes from the floor events, doesn't have much in regards to those TV tournaments, so some real missed opportunities here, but also some of the names who have been underperforming throughout the year. When we talk about this being the season of the underdog, not so much in the World Championships. It's the top guys that came through, wasn't it? Quarterfinals for Price, quarterfinals for Aspinall, quarterfinals for Peter Wright, semi-final for Doby, semi-final for Bunting. It was all sort of that top 10 area, wasn't it, that really produced those latter rounds. But when we take a look at the top 4 positions, Luke Humphries uncatchable for quite some time. Miles clear, didn't hit the £2 million prize mark, but he's comfortable in regards to his world number 1 status. Rob Cross holds his position inside the world's top 4, which should give him a passage into the Premier League, but positions 2 and 3 go to Luke Littler and Michael Van Gerwen. Michael Van Gerwen holding position 3, the tournament bracket, or the position he came into, due to the fact he defended £200,000. With £200,000, he held his position, but it's Luke the Nuke Littler, the new world darts champion, 17-year-old, comfortably now world number 2, breaking £1 million in prize money after just 1 season. Incredible there from Luke Littler, and if he continues, or the same sort of pro rata basis, Luke Littler will be the first player to break the £2 million prize money, and he'll be world number 1 come this time next year, should he be able to keep the same pace. But that is some going in regards to that. That's not even including the other prize money he's picked up, things like the Premier League title that he picked up this year, the unranked events, the World Series. What a season for Luke Littler, a worthy world champion, and we can't wait to see what the journey's like for him. The journey right here, though, guys, is going to be darts, darts, darts. We're going to look ahead to 2025. We're going to look ahead to the Q School events and everything that's coming up this year. I'm going to be doing my commentary as normal on the PDC and on the Modus Super Series, so you'll hear my voice quite a bit. Make sure you subscribe right here. Hopefully one day I'll get 100,000 subscribers, which means I can put a YouTube plaque on that wall. And also, another little one for you guys, I'm going to be starting a wrestling YouTube channel as well this year, so if you are a wrestling fan, go pop a subscribe on that as well. The link will be in the description down below. Thank you for following throughout 2024 and into 2025. I'll see you soon.